Middle school percussion with Marcus, yeah.
Hey guys, Marcus here. It's a beautiful day for music. It's a wonderful day for sound. Today we're going to be learning the B flat scale. We're going to jump into maybe a little bit of a variation that we haven't done before. We'll see. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to do a little bit of some tappies with my fingers here. I'm going to start on B flat, and we know B flat because B flat was in the F scale that we checked out in the last video. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. Yeet. Awesome. So I have B flat here. I'm going to do my tap dancing. And then I have C. I have D. E flat. Son. I have F. I have G. I have A. B flat. Down, I have A. G. F. E flat, very nice. D, C, and B flat. Very nice. This time we're going to play with the mallets, but before that, let's go outside.
All right, so we're going to pick up where we left off the last time, talking about legato strokes and how we want to be able to sort of switch hands. And while we're switching hands, what we're listening for and what we're being super aware of are nice even sounds going from the right hand into the left hand. We want those to sound exactly the same. Hashtag twinsies. Yes, awesome. So let's do a little bit of the same thing we were doing last time, and then we're gonna add on, do a little bit of a remix here. So I'm gonna do 8 strokes in the right hand. I'm gonna do 8 of them on the left hand, and then I'm gonna cut that in half and go right into doing 4 and then 4. Let's try it. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very nice, 6, 7, 8. We're doing 4, 2, 3, 4 on the left hand. I like it. 3, 4. Beautiful. Let's do that same thing again, but before we do that, let's make sure that our mallets ended up at the top. And just to check that we have beautiful placement, I'm going to turn both of those down to make sure that they're nice and close to the middle here. Let's go ahead and turn those back up. Do the same thing. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the left hand. I like it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doing 4 this time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful, beautiful. This time, remix, I'm going to put these down and I'm going to get out my snare drum sticks. Beautiful, beautiful. These are just a normal pair of concert snare drum sticks here. There are a lot of great models out there and everything. These happen to be by a company called Vic Firth. These are the American Classic 2Bs. I like them, I like them. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do the same exact thing, and I really wanna make sure when I'm playing these with the sticks that I'm noticing from the beginning that the sticks are gonna have a little bit more pushback. So it's gonna be a little bit easier for the stick to kind of come off of the drum head, making sure that I have a nice firm grip from the front, which might be a little bit different from holding the mallets from the back. So I'm gonna be holding the sticks a little bit closer to the front and wrapping my back fingers around there lightly. Let's try that. So nice beads in the middle here. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice relaxed shoulders. And I'm gonna turn this up. Beautiful beads meeting up here. Doing the same exact thing. Here it is. 1 and 2, and I believe in you. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left hand. 2. And that pushback feels very different. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we add on to this? Let's do it. Let's add on 2 strokes on each side. So we have 8, 8, we have 4, 4, and then we have 2, 2. Let's do it. Beautiful beads here at the bottom. Turning those up. Nice relaxed hand. Sometimes you might need to shake it out just to make sure we're playing with very relaxed bodies and beautiful stick hand motion here. And 1, and 2, and 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is going to be 4, 2, 3, 4. Left hand. 2, 3, 4. This is 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Beautiful job. Let's do it again. And 1, and 2, and 1, 2. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Beautiful half notes here. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Nice, relaxed, but quick strokes. 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful, even sound. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. There. Beautiful. This time, just because you're awesome, we're going to add on and we're going to do 1 stroke per each hand at the end of that. So I have 8, 8. I have 4, 4. I have 2, 2. And then we're going to add on 1, 1. And just to be awesome and to be boss.com, we're going to end with 1 more stroke on the right hand just to end out the exercise. So we can end on a downbeat. Let's try it. Beautiful beads here in the middle. Hashtag twinsies. Turning them up. Here it is. 1, and 2, and 1, 2. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left hand. 1, 2. Very nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand. 1, 2. Very nice. 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Stop. And we're going to check our beads to make sure they're still nice and in the middle. Beautiful job on that. So when you're practicing with this, make sure you set that metronome. Right now it's at 120 beats per minute. A lot of times we'll just say BPM when we do that. And then I'm playing these in half notes. In the next video, we're going to be taking this a little bit of a step further, and I look forward to seeing your progress.
That was pretty cool. All right, hey, so we're going to take this with our left hand first, and we're going to be taking this in quarter notes. So I have 1, 2, ready, and B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. Again, 2, ready, and B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. Taking it all now with the right hand. Let's do it. 2, ready, and B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. Again, 2, ready, and B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. Again, 2, ready, and B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, A, G, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. We're going to do the same thing now, but we're going to alternate them, which means we're going right, left, right, left. We're going to start off the right first. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Nice and smooth. Again, 2, ready, and right in the middle of every single note, making sure that it's nice and smooth. I like it. Off of the left hand this time. So I'm going to be alternating going left, right, left, right. Let's do it. 1, 2, ready, and. Just like how we used to do it in Kansas. I'm not from Kansas. Again, 2, ready, and. Nice and smooth. Beautiful, even strokes. Very nice. Now notice that all of my notes are nice and open sounding. If you notice that your notes sound like this, that means that you're not letting your mallet come off of the actual keys. So I want my notes to sort of fly off like little birds. I'll miss you. You're leaving the nest. Please don't leave me. Anyways, so I want to make sure that my notes actually come out of the actual bar. So I don't want to hold any of them down unless it's for a very specific effect, which we might get into a little bit later. We'll see. Let's try just a few different patterns and songs and things in the key of B flat now. Let's go to the studio. We're going to jump right into this track here. The first one we have, I'll put it on the screen. Boom. Is going to be in the key of F, which we're very familiar with at this point. Hopefully you've been practicing that F scale. And I'll give you a few seconds to kind of check out the track here. Notice the particular rhythm stays the same the whole time. We have half notes. Notice every time we get to a B, it's going to be a B flat. And we know this because of what's happening in the key signature over here. Very nice. The time signature is in 4/4, so we know that we're going to be counting to 4 every single measure. And after a few seconds of silence here, it'll be 8 clicks and we're in. And let's do it, people. And 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to rewind this here, and I'll give you a few seconds so you can check out some areas that you might have had some problems in, and we'll do it again. And let's do it, folks. 8 clicks and you're in. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice job, guys. Very nice job. All right. So, two things here that'll really help you out with something like this. Thing number one is no matter what, always keep that 4/4 time in your head, meaning always count to 4. Even if you happen to mess up, just like when you're singing with the radio keeps going. So you always want to practice having the music to keep going in your head, even if you happen to maybe miss a note or mess up on a rhythm a little bit. Thing number two is never get lost on the page. So a lot of times what would happen to me, especially in the beginning, is I would mess up on something and I would spend the next few measures sort of beating myself up mentally about how I just messed up. That never really helps out, so try to get past it as soon as possible. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on here within the actual program. I'm going to switch back over here and let's talk about the format of this particular recording program. Now, like I said before, this is Logic Pro X here, or Logic 10. And you notice here I have the timeline window, which means that I have the thing that we just played. It's this one right here. And I have all of my tracks laid out, and notice that I have them all labeled. My keys, my bass, my drum set, my claps, my effects, and then I have the part that you guys are playing. Right now I have it played on a harp sound. And then I have one of my vocal tracks, as you heard, that came in at the end here. Now, over here, since I clicked on that vocal track, you'll notice that I have this section. We call it a channel strip. And all that means is that it sort of shows me a behind the scenes look of all of the processing and all of the things that's happening on that particular channel. So you notice that we have some processing here. Let's take a look at just maybe two of these. So this is a little bit of pitch correction. So notice that the part was sung at the end. Yes, that's me singing. Now, I'm not a singer, so I do need a little bit of something to help kind of push my notes a little bit sharp or a little bit flat in order to keep me nice and centered as far as my intonation. I have it set to the scale that we're doing here. We just played this particular piece in the key of F major. And I have these other parameters set to really kind of help shape my voice and push it in a correct place. I wasn't that much off pitch, but it helps keeps things nice and tidy. 100% of all major releases that you hear on the radio have some amount of auto-tune or pitch correction, or what a lot of people use to do those things is a program called Melodyne. We'll talk more about that later. Now, after that, another little form of processing that I have is all of these things. I have various forms of what we call compression, which we'll talk about later, and various forms of equalizers, which just kind of helps us, once again, shape the sound. It's a lot of really cool stuff, and I can't wait to dig into it with you guys in future episodes. Let's just listen to that channel by itself. When I want to do that, I can do what's called soloing the channel. So notice I can click on a little S button here in the timeline, or I can click on the S button here on my channel strip. I'm going to click on it on the channel strip right now. Nice. And then I'm going to go to a place here in my timeline, and let's listen to just that part.
It's a beautiful day for sound. Yeah, yeah.
Very nice. And if you happen to be listening through some stereo speakers or maybe headphones, you'll notice that I have a little bit of sort of back and forth kind of action in your left and right ears. We call that a ping delay. It's like a ping pong ball. It goes back and forth. It's really cool. Let's jump into the next exercise here. So that previous one was in the key of F. This one's going to be in the key of course, B flat. It's the scale that we learned today. One of the really cool parts about B flat, especially if you happen to be in a band class, is that you guys will get to B flat very often and you'll get to it very soon. It sits very well with other sort of brass instruments. Now, B flat is no easier or harder for us as percussionists, but just know that for other members of the wind ensemble that you happen to be playing with, it's a very appropriate key for them. It sounds very nice on a lot of those instruments. We'll talk more about that in future episodes. So let's look at this particular piece here. I'll throw it up on the screen. Ba-bam. And you'll immediately notice that we have some whole notes. We have some various different rhythms here. Very nice. And for the most part, it's fairly easy. Let's go ahead and identify some of the places that we have not only the B flat, but the E flat. Yep. I'll give you a few more seconds to look at this, and then we'll jump right into it. I believe in you. And let's try it out here. 5, 6, ready, and. Great job, guys. How did you do? How did you do? We're going to take it again. And without me giving you too much information, I'm just going to hush here. And I'm going to let you sort of look at it. And then we'll give it another go. Wonderful. Hopefully you've pointed out some of your red flag moments. And you've keyed into those things. Let's do it. 8 clicks and you're in. And 5, 6, ready, and. Hopefully you guys had a little bit of a better time. Feel free to go back and rewind this and watch it as many times as you want. And hopefully you'll have a little bit of a better go at it as we move along. Once again, music is a language, and the more that we practice and read and speak the language of music, the better we'll become at it. I'll see you guys. So, 2 things you want to remember as we start to add on these scales. At any point, you can go back and rewind the videos, and you can go back to the C scale. You can go back to the F scale. You can go back and rewind this video as many times as you want to. That's thing number one. Thing number two, when you're practicing this, don't be afraid to go through and start in the beginning to make sure that you have a nice, beautiful placement on your keys, and that you're sort of keeping up with beautiful, even sound quality, because it's really gonna matter when we're making beautiful music. Once again, it's a beautiful day for music. It's a wonderful day for sound, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Middle school percussion with Marcus.